Today we are going to tab our 2023 ICD-10 book. Now, I know that the ICD-10 books come with tabs already for your book, and those tabs are perfectly fine for you to use. No problem there. I myself go through tabs quite a bit, and so I like to purchase different tabs that are a little sturdier or hardier. It took me a couple of years to figure out that I was tough on my tabs. The other thing was that I like my tabs to assist me in my resource and my reference tools. And that's what our ICD-10 book is. It's our resource or reference book there. And rather than just having the letters of the chapters, I like to add what the chapter is. So the product I like to use the most are these Redi-Tag Laser Index Tabs. And you can find this on Amazon. Very easy to Google the laser index tabs. All I looked up was Redi-Tag, and I got these wonderful laser tabs. The product number on these Redi-Tags are 33120, and the size of the tabs are 1 1/8 by 1 1/4. And this is going to allow me to create my own verbiage on my tabs to make my resource a little bit easier to work with. So once you've created your account, the easiest way to find your template is to scroll all the way down to the very bottom, and you'll see this menu bar. Download your templates. It's going to open up to all the template products they have. And you just want to match up your particular tabs. And so we have the 1 1/8 side tab. There's our product number, and it tells you which Word document to open up. So we're going to see that download here. Click on it to open it up. And here is our product. Now, when we're working in Word, you have to enable the editing. And now you can go in and enter your text. Okay, so I've already opened up my book to get rid of all of the snow, and I have my labels. Now, I usually print on a blank sheet of paper the labels. So if you look under here, you'll see that here's where it all printed out. And then I put my labels on top and I tape it down and I run it through the machine so that I know that it's in line perfectly. So mark once and print. Now I'm just going to go into my book. I'm going to go to my very first section, that table of neoplasms. So for those of you that have the AAPC ICD-10-CM Expert Book, you're going to go to page 361. And on page 361, we're going to grab our neoplasm tab, and we're just going to apply it to the top right corner. Now, the nice thing about the Redi tabs is that you can usually easily pull them off and realign them, right? So the next section we're going to come to is the table of drugs. Table of drugs starts on page 373 if you happen to be in the ICD-10 book. And what I'll do is I'll hold the section on neoplasms like this so that I can use it to help me align. I like to try to do things once if possible. So again, just hovering over page 373, I'll put my tab hovering again, and I will match it up with my table of neoplasms here and just align my tab nicely. So there's a slight overlap there. And there are my neoplasms and there are my drugs. I'm going to continue using this methodology throughout the rest of the tabbing section. So if we go now to the external cause tab, I hold my drugs, I grab my external cause tab here, and I'm going to line it up again as best as I can, knowing that Redi tabs are generous, and then I'm going to just add that in. Perfect. Going on to the next section. Now, I realized that while I was doing this, that I had not staggered my tabs. And I'll tell you that if you want to stagger the color of your tabs, then when you're adjusting your tabs on the template, you're going to want to go vertical and not horizontal. And then that will allow you to have different colored tabs. Last year, I had different colored tabs. This year, they're still all pretty much okay. I can read these tabs just fine. I'll be able to go through them. So that is tabbing my tabular list. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is tabbing the alpha index. And again, you can use the tabs that come with your book. These tabs are perfectly fine. I just find that I go through these tabs really quickly. So if you happen to have the ICD-10-CM book from AAPC, their tabs are pretty good and pretty sturdy. And I'm liking these tabs that come in the front cover of the book with the book. Again, not necessarily for my chapter tabs. I like having the larger chapter tabs with the information on them of what each code section is. For those of you that are not using the AAPC ICD-10-CM book, which is perfectly fine, I like to purchase these Redi tabs. These Redi tabs are 31005. They're very simple. They come 104 to a pack. This is my pack that I bought 5 years ago. There's one set of tabs left in it, and I bought a new set of tabs. So if you're using anyone else's book and you find that your tabs are just not as durable as the tabs that are in the AAPC book, again, Redi tabs 31005, those work really well, and they're about the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these tabs out of my book to make it easier for me to use them. And I'm going to head over to my alpha index, and I'm just going to repeat the process. The alpha index is on page 39 if you're using the AAPC book. And I'm going to repeat the same process I did while I was labeling my tabular section using these tabs that came with it. Or again, feel free to use your Redi tabs. Either one is fine. I like the alphabet on the Redi tabs. They're larger than the alphabet that are printed on the AAPC tabs. So if you're a lady or a gentleman of a particular age, you may want to choose a larger set of tabs than a smaller set of tabs. So completely up to you. This year, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the AAPC tabs because they're nice and bright and yellow. So that works for me. But again, you use what works for you. You can use any set of tabs you would like to. Now, knowing that the alphabet isn't going to start exactly on the page, what I do is I will find the page where that alphabetical letter starts, and I'll add my tab there. Now, if the alphabetical letter starts on the opposite page, then I'll just add the tab to the page that it is adjacent to, so that I can, again, easily, the idea is that we pull the letter tab and it takes us directly to that alphabetic character. Now, your tabs don't need to be perfect. I mean, I'm a little type A. I like them to be too perfect, but there can be a gap or an overlap, and that's totally okay. It's whatever works for you, right? Whatever's speaking to you and that you're using there. Now, you've got a few extra tabs here: guidelines, symbols, exam prep, illustrations, alpha index. Illustrations, I definitely feel is a benefit to have tabbed, so that you can grab your illustrations very quickly. That's a tab that I definitely recommend. And you have some extra tabs here that you can add information, or again, you can go and purchase individual tabs. That's totally okay as well. This is your book, however you decide to tag it. Now, another area that I often like to focus on are my guidelines. And if you're using the AAPC book, the guidelines are right here on G1, almost right after the first couple of pages there. You'll see that these are the official guidelines for coding and reporting 2023. They're from October 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2023. These are the guidelines for our books. Now, I like to tab my guidelines, and I will show you on another video when we start to go through the guidelines how to do your tabs using, again, another Redi-Tab product where we will label on the tab what guideline happens to be there. So for now, this is your video on how to tab your book, how to create your tabs, and how to get your book in a nice resource format so that it can start working for you. So now that you know how to tab your books properly, we're going to come back with some more videos. If you like what you've seen, make sure that you like and subscribe our YouTube channel so you'll be notified as soon as a new video uploads. And don't forget to join us every other Thursday at 10 a.m. for Coding with Christine Hall, where we have tips, tricks, and guests, subject matter expert guests from all over the country. Thanks for watching.